At the beginning of 20th century, villas were built like Picasso's painting. But then, in 1914, something happened. World War I with millions of victims. It ended after 4 years in 1918. Then, a new republic was born. And suddenly, architects faced a big problem. You see, before the war, you could build a villa that looked like abstract art because, well, why not? But after 1918, things got serious. Banks needed to look trustworthy, not like they were designed by someone having a geometric fever dream. Shops needed to attract customers, not confuse them. And the new Czechoslovak Republic, it needed buildings that say, we are a serious country. Not, we are still figuring out which way is up. So what happened to Cubism? Did it die? Or did it learn to adapt? Hello everyone. My name is Ondra and welcome back to our Cubism series here in Prague. Today, I will show you 3 buildings that tell the story. How revolutionary art became practical art. How Cubism evolved into something new, rondo-cubism. And trust me, the story is just as dramatic as the buildings themselves. Let's start right here. This is the Baťa department store built in 1929. And if you are thinking, this doesn't look very Cubism, well, exactly. That's the point. By the late 1920s, the shoe empire of Tomáš Baťa needed a flashing store in Prague. But they didn't want customers running away screaming because the building looks too wired. They wanted something modern, yes, but also approachable. Look at this facade. You can still see the geometric elements, these angular windows frames, the rhythmic repetition of forms. But it's softer now. Less, I'm going to challenge your perceptions of reality and more. Come in, buy some shoes. You will like it there. This is Cubism, learning to sell things. And honestly, it worked. The building is still here, still functioning, still attracting people. Sometimes the best art is the art that doesn't punch you in the face. But let's see how this evolution really began. Follow me. Now This is where the transformation really started. Banka legií, built between 1921 and 1923 by Josef Gočár, the same architect who gave us some of the most radical Cubist buildings in the world, suddenly had to design a bank. A bank. Imagine the brief. We need a building that says, your money is safe with us. Not, we have lost our minds and possibly our savings. So Gočár did something brilliant. He kept the geometric language of Cubism, but made it diplomatic. Look at these facades. You have got the angular forms, the play of light and shadows, the sculptural quality. But it's also solid, imposing and trustworthy, like Cubism, wearing a 3-piece suite. This is where rondo-cubism was really born, not as a defeat of the original vision, but as its evolution. Art learning to speak the language of everyday life in the 1920s. And speaking of evolution, our next stop shows how this compromise created something uniquely beautiful. This is actually my very favorite building because this is the place where I met Robin in 2011. Yeah, we used to work in Czechoslovak right here, right in this building together. So from that time we know each other. It's almost 15 years. Wow, the time is running. And here we have Pavel Janák's masterpiece, Palác Adria, completed in 1925. If Banka legií was Cubism in a suite, this is Cubism at a cocktail party. Sophisticated, charming, but still unmistakably artistic. This building housed offices, shops, apartments, even a cabaret called Adria. It needed to be everything to everyone, and somehow Janák pulled it off. Look at how he handles the corner. It's sculptural, dynamic, but not aggressive. The windows have this beautiful rhythm, and those decorative elements, they are abstract enough to be modern, but familiar enough that people don't need an art history degree to appreciate them. What I love about this building is that it proves compromises doesn't mean giving up. Sometimes it means filling a new language entirely. This isn't failed Cubism. This is successful rondo-cubism, a style that became uniquely Czech, uniquely Prague. And here's the thing that always makes me smile. People actually wanted to live and work here. Revolutionary art that people could actually use. Imagine that. So, what we can learn from this architectural journey? Well, Sometimes the most radical thing you can do is adapt. These architects didn't abandon their vision when the world changed. They evolved it. They took the geometric language of Cubism and taught it to speak Czech, to serve a new republic, to welcome customers and protect savings and house families. And in doing so, they created something that didn't exist anywhere else in the world. Rondo-cubism became Prague's unique contribution to 20th century architecture. Not because it was the purest of the most extreme, but because it was the most livable. Cubism is not only about huge buildings, it's also about smaller little things, like this lamp from Emil Králíček, the only cubistic lamp in the world, imagine, in Prague. Here it is. You know, there is something quite moving about this story. Art that learns to survive, to adapt, to serve. These buildings aren't museum pieces. They are still here, still working, still part of the city's daily life. Next time, we will explore another chapter of Prague's architectural story. And if you are thinking about making Prague your home, or you are just curious about what it's like to live surrounded by this kind of history, well, you know where to find me. I'm Ondřej Píša. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Prague's geometric evolution. And remember, sometimes the best art is the art that doesn't just exist, but lives. See you next time.